The popular opinion a lot of our investors have is when they buy a property in an estate, in a gated estate, uh, they are somehow safe, secured, and whatever that is about the government does not concern them again, since the community they buy their property or they have their own property is gated and is in an estate. However, based on recent events in the past 7 months that happened at Ikota Villa, and don't know also happened at Mende Villa also, these have proven not to be true. If you have a property in an estate, you buy a property in an estate, that does not mean that you are immune to government regulations. Just because they put a gate there, they put a security there, that does not stop the government from doing whatever they want to do anytime they want to do it. All right, in case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this Meet the Public Property channel, and this will discuss everything real estate for first-time investors, avid investors, and people that we are investing for the first time. I'm investing a lot, and I want to know about certain things, certain topics, certain regulation, certain real estate policies. This is your go-to channel because we have everything that you need to know. We have everything that you need to learn. We have everything that you need to be aware of when you are buying a property, when you are investing in real estate, or even if you are just doing your market research. We have enough materials here to help you with that. So after watching this particular educative guide, I will also advise you go to our different playlists: real estate company, CFO, land banking, Ekpe, Bejuleki, blah blah blah. We have so many other playlists that we have done, and so many episodes that we have covered under each of these playlists. All right, so the question of the day: are estates in Lagos, are estates in Nigeria immune to government regulations? Now, when you have an estate, or when we say an estate, generally in Lagos and in Nigeria, governments also have their own estates. LSDPC in Lagos have estate. They have LSDPC in Lupeju, they have LSDPC in Alakbere, they have LSDPC in Ogba, they have LSDPC in Lekki Phase 1, that's around Ikate, they have LSDPC in Ikoyi. So the government also have their own estate. Even the federal government, under federal housing, they also have their own estate. Ikeja GRA, First Stack is also by FSA, and we have I think Bagada, one of the Bagada GRA too, is also federal government too. So, and then the Lagos state government also have their own GRA, Magodo GRA, Ogudu GRA, Abijo GRA, and then they have schemes, the housing schemes. There are housing scheme, the Lekki scheme 1 and Lekki scheme 2, and so on and so forth like that. So, government also have their own estates, basically. And so far so good, actually, based on what we have realized in the past couple of years, is always advisable to buy in a government estate or to buy in a government scheme. Why? It's because it's the government that allocates to individuals or allocate to developers. So most times when government allocates, they call the people they are allocated to, they call them the allottees. And the government always pay attention to their allottees. They protect them. That they want to do a road, or there's an encumbrance, or there's a dispute on their property. The reason Magodo GRA, Magodo Shangisha is still standing till today is because it's the government that sold it. Assuming it's one private developer or one private company that sold Magodo GRA Phase 2, they would have demolished that place. They would have even chased everybody out. But because it's a government allocated estate, and it's government that allocated everybody there, so how will it now happen that the government allocated people and they chase them out? So that's why they are still there. So now we are going to be talking about private estates. Estates where they put their gates, put their security, different architectural gatehouses, and so on. These estates are not immune from government regulations. Now, having any paper from these companies or these estates does not mean that you don't have to go to the government and go and do your paper with the government too. So because you buy a land from an estate does not mean that when you want to build, you don't go for building approval. You still go for building approval. So whatever you have with the company is with the company, but you still go to the states and go and meet up with whatever the regulation is about that particular property that you bought. So you should still go for your approvals, even if you buy in an estate. And whatever regulations that the state has about number of floors that you can build in that particular location, about if they allow you to use that place for residential or they don't allow you to use it for residential, if they allow you to use it for commercial or they don't allow you for commercial, it still applies to you. Regardless of if you buy in a gated estate, maybe because you feel like there are securities in the gates, when the governments come, they will not allow them in. Is a lie. Ministry of Environment, they can enter any estate in Lagos. Ministry of Physical Planning, they can enter any estate in Lagos. Actually, any Lagos state parastatal can enter any estate in Lagos, because the government does not really regard an estate as anything. They just regard it as a gated street. That's all. That's what it means to them. And for a place being an estate too, there's a paperwork that the government expects the estate to do, but that one is with the developer. But the one that concerns you as an allottee in the estate that has plots there, that have properties there, you still have to follow whatever the government regulation is for that particular state. That is about advert agency, it's about setbacks, it's about approvals, it's about paperwork. You still have to do it. It does not concern the government that your office is inside an estate. It does not concern them that your building is inside an estate. It's none of their business. Like I said, in the past 7 to 9 months, we have seen that evidently with what happened at Ikota Villa, and at the same time what also happened at Mende Villa also. So because you are doing sand filling, doing interlocking of the street in the estate, beginning your own electrification, doing your own drainage, doing this and doing that yourself, that does not make you immune to whatever government plans that they have in that area. You still have to follow with those whatever plan that they have. You still have to follow with whatever setback that you have. And as I mentioned, just because you buy from the estate and you have completed all the arrangement or agreement with the developer or the estate company, you still have to go to the states and go and do your paperwork with the state also. There are two different things. The developer or the estate company cannot stand in for whatever paperwork that you have to do with the state. That one is between you and the state. So you collect your deed from the company, you go to the states to register the deed. You collect your land from the company, you still have to go to the states to apply for your approvals. So these are key requirements and these are key things that you must understand when you are buying from an estate. So buying from an estate, that does not mean that you do not have any business with the government again. No. Government is everybody. Oh. So the developer that is doing Shakara into Get Oga, and in Oga and the government. So you also have to deal with both whoever is the developer of the estate. So the estates have their own regulations. So they can tell you, okay, this portion that we have in the estate is for duplex, this portion we have is for bungalow, fine. They can tell you that, oh, this portion we have is for commercial, this portion we have is for residential, fine. They can tell you, oh, this portion that we have is for block of apartments, and if you want to build block of apartments, you must buy so land size, fine. Finish with those one. After you have done that one, you now go with the Oga of everybody, the government. If it's Ministry of Physical Planning, if it's Office of Drainage that you have to go to, if it's Surveyor General Office that you have to go to, you go to everywhere that you have to go to and conclude the government part. So it's very, very important, because I've seen a couple of comments and on some certain things, and then people say, and it's inside an estate too, it's a gated estate too, it's a estate government that are doing this. See, if anything that government can do for a normal village or for a normal community, they can do it in an estate too, because it's no different. If the government can walk into a street and break down buildings, if the government can walk into a community or village and break down buildings, they can do it for an estate too, like with ease. Because it's the government. Government is organ for everybody. So I don't want my investors to have this perception that when they buy from an estate is immune to anything from the government. They don't have any business with the government. No, you still have business with the government. You still have the estate developers. They have regulations. You, as a property owner in that estate, in that state, also have regulations. Hope you all know that Lagos State have land use charge, and either you buy from a company or you buy inside an estate does not concern the Lagos State government. You still have to pay land use charge, and it does not also matter either you reside in Nigeria or you don't reside in Nigeria, or you work in Lagos, you don't work in Lagos. As long as you own a property in Lagos, you have to pay land use charge. And as long as you own a property in Lagos, you also must have a Lagos tax ID. If you want to apply for approval, you want to apply for title registration, they will ask for your tax ID. It does not matter if you work in Lagos, you earn income in Lagos, or you know, as long as you own a property here, you must have a tax ID with LIRS. All right. Now, don't tackle me. I'm not the one that said the rule. I'm not the one that said the rule. My own is just to guide you and tell you that this is how it is. This is what is in place. So I'm not the people collecting money. Each of these offices, they have their office addresses, and there are different district offices in all the Lagos State and in all the local government areas. So these are the different things that you must come to terms with when you own a property, particularly when you own a property in Lagos. So you must understand that yes, security and estate provides safety and estate provides amenities, but your property there, your investment there, you are not immune from government regulations. You still have to follow every goddamn government regulation in that state. If you abuse any of the government regulation in that state, they can come for you anytime. They are free to do so anytime. Any of their agency that you break their regulation, any of their agency, that is physical planning, is LOMA, is Ministry of Waste or Ministry of Environment, anyone, they can always come for you. So the estates, the residents in the estate, they must all follow the government regulations. So including setbacks is very, very important, including setbacks. So if you are building in an estate, you don't follow the setbacks, they can mark your building. It's not even they will mark your building. So estates are not immune to government regulations. And this is not only Lagos. So there is Enugu, Asaba, Port Harcourt, is Abuja. Abuja is even common. There is a demolition estate in that place regularly. Is Abuja, is Ibadan. You must also understand that these also apply when you have a property in an estate. As you are meeting the regulations of the estate, you also have to meet the regulations of the states where that property is located. All right, so if you have questions regarding this, if you have comments regarding this, drop your comments or reach me directly on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is on the screen. And if you would like to see our listings, you would like to see our portfolio, you like to see what we have, you are looking at something in the market, if you're looking at opportunities in the market, we have our Instagram page also shared. We share our Instagram portfolio on the screen also at Installment Homes NG. You can check our listings there, and you can see what befits your portfolio and what your portfolio is lacking, and what you feel like this is a good deal. Try to go for it. It's going to boost your portfolio. All right, so feel free to give us a thumb like if you like this content, and feel free to also share this content anywhere. You can share our link, share it on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, on your Instagram. You are free to do so that more people can also be aware that they have properties in different estates in Nigeria. They can also be aware that their property is not immune from government regulations. Government regulations are still paramount and are still applicable for all their properties they have in whatever estate that they have their property. All right. So, and if you are still new on our channel, to this be your third video, second video that you are seeing us, we want you to subscribe. It's important for you to subscribe. We have so many educative guides, so many fantastic videos coming in, and we don't want you to miss any of them. All right, so I still remain your number one property guy on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Thanks for watching our video, and see you next time.